The most common question I get in Madden is what matters most when you are playing match coverage? Today, we're going to answer just that question. This is big time information, so hit the like button right now. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. No long intro today.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I get the question all the time, man coverage, zone coverage, what matters more? And I'm gonna tell you right now, both plus play recognition. If you've ever uttered the words, Zan, I get bombed when I run match coverage, why are streaks running right by my guys? The answer is almost always play recognition. Simply put, play recognition is the conduit between zone coverage, man coverage, and match coverage. You're playing a zone system where if a player goes vertical, you have to convert from zone into man. So when you're playing zone, it's your zone coverage rating. When you're playing man, it's your man coverage rating. How quickly you convert from man to zone when a guy is running right at you on a vertical route is determined by play recognition. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to lob somebody with lower play recognition down the sideline versus how well someone reacts when they have higher play recognition. So let's take a look at how I run my defensive system as it pertains to play recognition. When we take a look at this, we've got Jalen Mills, 95 play rec, Tracy Porter, 94 play rec, Richard Sherman, 93 play rec, Calvin Johnson, 92 play rec. This Tariq Woolen item has 99 play rec. Shouts to Dez, he understands the assignment. Ed Reed, 97 play rec. Cromwell, 96. Hitman, 97. Harrison, 98. Peppers has 89, okay? I just want to show you that this is something that you should absolutely be taking a look at, because a lot of times people think that the issue is that the guy is just not fast enough. And Peppers is 95 speed. That's plenty darn fast to be able to run with players. In fact, I really don't worry about speed that much as it pertains to my players in my system. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put Peppers out there. I'm gonna put him in match coverage. I'm gonna turn my match coverage on, and we are going to play some regular quarters, just run some streak routes. And I want you to watch just how different players react at different play recognition ratings to routes that are basically stepping on their feet. So right here, I've got Roddy White, and I'm gonna run a streak, and you are going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So Roddy's on a streak. Peppers is a good, 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. And you're going to see that Roddy has a pretty substantial chance just to run right by him on this play. And I could probably lob it over his head. Now, the only real saving grace here is that Peppers is actually taller than anybody. So because he's 6'7", I guess Carmichael's taller, he's able to get that pick artist animation. But if he were 6 foot tall, this is a drop in the bucket because his play recognition didn't kick in fast enough for him to be able to make this play. I'm gonna run a few reps here, and you're gonna see that in general, I'm gonna be able to run right by him. I'll even pass committing on defense. You see here that I could just lob this up and Roddy can get in behind him. You see that I just lobbed it through. I threw it right as he went into the play recognition phase where he's a little bit slower to convert into that man-to-man, and I lobbed through him. It's that simple. It really is. You notice that wasn't a speed deal, right? I just ate him up. And that's just a bad free form. But again, him being 6'7", he was beaten. Him being 6'7" saved him. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the same exact coverage, but I'm gonna put in Richard Sherman, who is the exact same speed, but he is considerably higher in the play rec. Again, we had 89 on Peppers. We have 93 here on Richard Sherman. Peppers is 6'7", 95 speed, I think that was. And then if we take a look here at Richard Sherman, he is 6'3", 95 speed. And I want you guys to note how differently Richard Sherman is gonna play here in this particular match coverage. Now, before I throw this, if I could ask a favor of you guys, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about this video. If you guys wanna run more match coverage, learn everything about match, head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg, where you unlock everything I've done all year on the website for $9.95 a month, including our weekly Discord lab sessions every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So here we are with Roddy White against Richard Sherman. The exact same look here. We're just gonna throw a streak right down the field against match coverage, 7 yards off the ball. And I want you to watch how Richard Sherman doesn't really get stacked vertically on this play. I go to lob this up. Sherman is right in that hip pocket. the entire way. There is not the two-step separation where being 6'7" saves you. Yes, I understand that Peppers picked off those throws because he was 6'7", but a lot of players don't really pay attention to how important this is. Now, it's great and all when you're talking about, oh, well, you picked off streaks, right? You picked off streaks. Yeah, but what about other routes? What about routes that break? What about routes where you're getting into a deep in cut? What about routes where maybe you're running, a post or a corner? What about those types of routes where it's not just converting into man, but it's also staying with the cut? These types of things are going to be very, very important, because if you end up in a spot where you can't convert, and to be honest with you, 93 is a little bit low right now. I mean, that's not super high. A lot of cards right now are coming out stock 92. You guys ought to be using strategy items to get those up, to be totally honest with you. But you're going to see here that, you know, in general, if you have this in cut winning against match coverage, you might end up being in a situation where, you know, you might need a faster play recognition rating to be able to defend that. So now I'm going to put Tariq Woolen, who's obviously like the top end item, 99, but obviously there are safeties that we showed on my roster that are in that 95, 96 range as well. We're going to run Woolen here, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. The faster they realize that it is a match situation, the better they're going to play. You see how Woolen smothers that route all the way, right? Again, I understand Richard Sherman is not as highly rated as Woolen, but you can see the play recognition kick in on this play where he's like, oh yeah, man to man. And then he stays on the route. I mean, you literally can see him doing that. And again, it's not like Richard Sherman is bad. He's 99 overall for me. I've got him all the way up to a very, very good rating of 99 man and 95 zone, right? And again, the play rec is 93, but if you take a look at Woolen, he is 99 man as well, but he is 99 play rec. That is the big difference. That +6 play rec on Woolen made him play that route so much better than Richard Sherman at 93. So the noticeable difference in Richard Sherman playing better against the streak lob compared to Peppers at 93 versus 87, you notice that he got really just absolutely whipped on a dig route, and that you notice Woolen playing substantially better at 99 play rec. Now, again, I could probably even still get better performance out of another high play rec player. For instance, we've got Hitman or Cromwell or even Rodney Harrison that are in that 96 to 98 tier. Let's take a look at those if you don't have Tariq Woolen. Now we're going to run that in cut. Snap the ball, converts to man, sticks to the route like glue. Why? Is play recognition rating. Guys, play recognition matters in Madden. I don't care what any other Madden pro will tell you. They'll sit there and tell you, oh man, you guys worry about the wrong things. Just pay attention to speed, height, man coverage, agility, jump ratings, things like that. Yeah, that's great when you're talking about a guy like Peppers who's really tall playing a streak, but he's absolutely terrible against everything else, right? And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that if you guys play this game, you see the difference. High man coverage just doesn't get the job done in match coverage unless you also have the play recognition to go along with it. So there you guys have it. Undeniable proof that play recognition is king in match. It's also king in run defense. It's king in zone, even though I didn't show those elements. Take my word for it, I promise you. And subscribe to this channel. We'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.